Most unique birds in the world. The curation of this content is at the circumspection of the creator, and not extremely intelligent of the views on Encyclopedia Britannica or its publication employees. For the foremost dependable and progressive information, counsel individual reference sections regarding the themes. The doors broadly speaking expressed that no one recollects your name once you are odd, a reality to that this odd supervisor will by and by certify. Ideally, however, you will think the names of some of those distortions of the craniate world. The wonderful cushioned oddities on this summation advantage their day within the sun. 10. Hoatzin, a bird with personal stench. The Opisthocomus hoazine, a crude Amazonian animal varieties, supposedly resembles manure due to its vegetation-based uptake regimen. Bound people guarantee that the fragrance is absolutely a lot of charming. They're the most forms of bird that flaunts a ruminant abdomen-connected framework, the same as a cow's. Moreover, like cows, they invest a good deal of energy merely lying around and process. Particularly dinosaurian in angle, the small birds of the species even have hooks on their wings, that they will use to climb trees. But they are awkward flyers. The birds will send off themselves into the water and swim just like the Dickens whenever undermined by ethereal or arboreal hunters. 9. Shoebill wader. The shoebird wader, Balinoceps rex, is that the elephant man of the commonly swish and precise siconiforms, the storks, herons, flamingos, and spoonbills. With a monstrous, onerous snout, it follows the bogs of northeastern continent for its favored prey, the crude bony fish. But it might lean toward the surface of the bony fish, lined in dangerous body fluid. The shoebird is not disinclined to some further crunch. It likewise breathes in turtles and kid crocodiles. 8. Victoria delegated columbiform bird, a long ways in which from its foot or full cousin, the stone bird Columbia livia, unremarkably referred to as the flying nar. The Victoria delegated columbiform bird, Gora victoria, of latest Guinea is richly robed in made cerulean plume and, as its name suggests, brags a silk-like peak feathers on its head. At typically the scale of a chicken, they're the most important living columbiform bird species. 7. Dodo. Considerably larger was the terminated dodo, Rhaphis cucullatus, a right-away relation of the columbiform bird family. These wingless birds, headed to annihilation by individuals and their tamed buddies, were survivors of scenario. But magnificently viewed as slow-witted, they were impeccably adjusted to the states of their native Mauritius and were essentially unequipped to manage the danger conferred by the looks of Portuguese mariners in 1507. But no total example exists nowadays. The birds were recorded at a lot of the maximum amount as 50 pounds. 6. Galapagos Phylacrocorax carbo. Of the 30 about forms of Phylacrocorax carbo, simply the Galapagos Phylacrocorax carbo, Phylacrocorax harrisi, is wingless. Delegated powerless by the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, these raggedy-winged piscivores are simply viewed as onto the island. Flightlessness frequently creates in birds that are adjusted to separate island conditions liberated from traditional hunters. In any case, the species may be a straightforward imprint for the felines and canines conversant in the islands by individuals. Not by an huge and apparent target, however rather close. 5. Shoveler. Talking regarding ducks, the four forms of shoveler seem like they're more conspicuous members of the family. As an example, the duck and also the duck, till you get to the nose. Instead of a standard issue duck charge, these odd birds sport straightened mandibles that seem like, indeed, scoops. They use them to strain very little life forms from the bogs that they occupy. Duck trackers confer with them as neighbors mallards, on the grounds that the flavor of their tissue is fairly alarming. What higher technique for presenting a touch insignificant retaliation to associate irritating neighbor than giving them with rank-tasting duck meat? 4. Frogmouth. The 12 forms of Caprimulgiform bird are among the foremost unconventional of the avians. Connected with the swallows and swifts, that are eminent for his or her aerobatic go after flying bugs, the fat frogmouths are not virtually therefore efficient. They prefer to sit and suspend tight for bugs and alternative very little creatures to cruise by. The frogmouths seem like untidy, prodigious types of their dainty members of the family. They're the closest members of the family of the owls, that they're frequently concerned. 3. Carasso. Essentially as so much as their hairdos, many forms of gallination are caught throughout the 80s. Within the event that you simply thought curly plumes were laughable, reconsider. The jolly peaks of those tropical yank birds look as if they have been synthetically treated. Their sentiments on stirrup jeans and shoulder braces haven't however been perceived. 2. Southern ground coryciform bird. However, most hornbills are arboreal. The southern ground coryciform bird likes to follow the fields of geographic region for tiny creatures. It's the red, enlarged face of a corrosive strip beneficiary, but its red derma is all traditional. How's that for unblushing excellence? 1. Red iiwi. The jaunty red iiwi, Bestiaria coccinea, of Hawaii bounces through the woodlands of its native islands searching for nectar, that it extricates from blossoms utilizing its bent, pointed snout. But it intently seems like the South Yank honeycreepers, it's extremely a lot of firmly connected with the finches, a brand new revelation in lightweight of investigations of its skeletal style and its hereditary cosmetics. Finches unremarkably have triangular charges suitable seed uptake, therefore the extreme distinction of the iiwi and also the Hawaiian honeycreepers to that it's connected establishes a important incidence of transformative pliancy.